What's up everyone, how's it going? So in this video I wanted to talk about a certain character in Star Wars Battlefront 2, that being General Grievous. So General Grievous is my personal favorite character to play as in Battlefront 2. He's just so cool. He is one of my favorite villains in Star Wars, and I am so glad they finally added him into this game in October. But I think there's a certain thing that DICE should look into changing about him, and I'll get into that later. But I just wanted to say I love Grievous how he is. He's super fun to play as. He is my main to use in Capital Supremacy and Galactic Assault. Not really heroes versus villains. I usually Grievous, Darth Maul, or Kylo Ren, because at the moment I actually have a Darth Revan mod that I'm using for Kylo Ren, and it looks really cool. So I've been using him a lot lately, but that's beside the point. Basically what I'm trying to say is I really love playing as Grievous, so if DICE doesn't decide to change this, which I don't think they will because I don't know if they want to spend the time to do this, but personally I just love to see this happening. But yeah, if they don't do it, it'll be completely fine with me. So we all know that Grievous does have quite a lot of glitches with him, unfortunately. He has gotten a lot better since release, because when he was first released it was really bad, but his Unrelenting Advance is still just an okay ability at most. It doesn't really work half the time, and it leaves you super vulnerable because all people have to do is go behind you and then hit you from the back, and then there's nothing you can do because you turn so slowly. And then with Thrust Surge, we know how that works. I have had so many times where I'll lock onto someone and then he'll just start spinning in circles, but it has gotten a little bit better since launch, because at launch he would start flying through the air and then running around in circles, and it was just a whole mess. So luckily it has been fixed a little bit. They fixed it pretty well in the November update. I think it was either the November update or the January update, but then for some reason Thrust Surge is just as bad, if not worse now, because it seems to never work for me. I mean, maybe like 1 in 5 chance it'll actually work, but most of the time he just starts spinning in circles. And then another glitch with his Claw Rush. It was funny, I saw a video on Reddit today, so I'll post it right now, and then the credit will be in the description below. He basically spawned in as Grievous, and like 5 seconds after he spawned in, he did his Claw Rush, and then he was out of bounds or something like that. But then his Claw Rush immediately glitched out and he was just stuck on the floor. I've had this happen to me as well. This has happened to me a few times, so overall I think Grievous needs to be fixed with the bugs mainly. I think that's what they should really focus on right now. But there is one more thing that I would love to see DICE implement with General Grievous, and that is to have a 4th ability. So I don't think he should have like a Retribution type ability like Anakin's, because that's just overpowered and unfair to everyone else. But personally, I would love to see Grievous fight with 4 arms at some point in this game. I think him having 4 arms is what makes him such a unique character in Star Wars, other than him being a cyborg, of course. It just makes him super cool and pretty scary, honestly. And I just feel that it was a missed opportunity for DICE to implement this feature in as a 4th ability when making him. But at the same time, I completely understand it, because it would be extremely hard to animate him. So I do understand why they went with the 2-armed route. But I do hope maybe they do have a 4 arms animation somewhere in the works. And like I said, they could just make it a 4th ability like Anakin's. So how I think this could work? Well, basically I'd love to see this as just a passive ability. You can choose when to use it whenever you want. It doesn't have a cooldown or anything. Basically you press Y on Xbox or whatever it is on PlayStation, and then of course whatever your key binding is on the PC. And he pulls out 4 arms, and maybe they can make him do the animation like he did in Revenge of the Sith. That would be really cool. But basically there is a buff to this as well as a downside to this. So the buff is he deals a lot more damage, as well as being a little bit faster when it comes to attacking. But the downside to this is going to be that his stamina will drain quite a lot faster. I actually was working on a concept art for him using all 4 arms the other day, so I'll put it up on the screen now. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, being someone who's not that good at Photoshop. But basically I just took the image from his in-game screen where he's using all 4 arms and then cropped that out. It took quite a while to make, and then I had to do a lot of color correction because the in-game is super foggy and stuff, so it just looks way off. But I just think it looks a lot cooler, and I think a lot of people would be pretty happy if DICE decided to take some time into implementing this. But that is pretty much going to do it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you want Grievous to play with all 4 arms? Would you like DICE to put this into the game? And if so, do you agree with how I said they should do it, where he deals more damage, is a little bit faster with attack animations, but he drains a lot more stamina, or would you change it up just a little bit? Let me know down below. And yeah, that is pretty much all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure and leave a like. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you're new, subscribe for more Star Wars news, gameplay, and more. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one.